Hi everyone. So I've seen some people who claim to have built Morse code machines in Minecraft, but I'm here to say that they have not because they have a lot of buttons with predetermined messages that they send out. I set out to build an actual Morse code machine that transmits verbatim whenever you type in. I want you to be able to do on this thing and then output the exact same thing. So if we do pretty cool, right? As you can see, fully working Morse code machine. I'd imagine that you'd probably run these lines up and then have giant radio lines. I made a mock-up example of this too for long distances. So as you know, redstone dust only travels 15 blocks, but you can just build a nice power line aesthetic like this in your world and then actually be sending Morse code communications along this thing, which is really cool. The ender pearl sitting here, the stasis chamber is just to act as a chunk loader. You know, in case you're going super long distances with this, you could have maybe every other station like this junction with the observers have an ender pearl. As to how I did that at 1 block high, I know there are other ways of doing this that are a lot easier than what I'm doing, but I like to personally do the column system. So you throw it in, right? And then what you do is, I like to use soul for this part, but you break a block, you put it in, and you remove it, right? And then you'll watch as our ender pearl floats down to the level that we need it at, right? It's just 1 block above that soul sand. So what we'll do now, let's just cover it up. Now we'll just do that. And we'll just go along this whole line. It's a little messy, I know, but this is just how I did that. And yeah, I know there's better ways. I know there's better ways of doing it, but that's just how I do it. So that's how I got it to do that. So pretty, easy, straightforward. Now it's sitting 1 block above the soul sand. And yeah, so that's how you do that part. Anyway, what you're most interested in is the receiver and the transmitter, which I have set up right here. They are incredibly easy to build. So this is the receiver that we're looking at. If we run a redstone on top, as you can see, lights up, makes a sound. Very simple. But you may have noticed that in this radio room over here, which, ignore the lever, that's just, imagine it's a microphone or whatever. You may notice that these actually line up correctly. The redstone torches look to be on the same, they're in line with each other, right? Well, this is actually a pretty easy adjustment. What I wanted to show here is that you don't need to have them even. You could literally run them like this and be fine. But if you want them to be flush with each other, right, just do that. And if we run the redstone dust, we see both of them light up. And we can literally just add a sound block to the back, and now it makes sound again. Just like that. Now, why is it that on my receiver I have a note block, my transmitter, why is it that I have this note block in the back? Well, something that I discovered when I was building this thing is that for some reason, the note block doesn't always log every single time you hit it. Sometimes you hit it and it ignores the sound, or should I say the observer ignores that input, and so you get a false pulse. So whatever this observer is actually recording, whether it be actual hits or it just not recording hits, we'll hear what actually is being sent out through this note block, because whatever this observer is outputting is going to this note block. So whatever we hear from this is what's actually being sent across the line. See how sometimes when I'm hitting this thing, you can see my hand swinging, but it doesn't always log it. But anyway, So pretty straightforward. We have the observer reading the note block, sends out a signal here, lights up this lamp here, and then we have a signal that goes up. And so literally, if we connect these two together, just using the materials that I have on hand right now, as you can see, pretty cool, right? And if you want it flush, just remember what I showed where you just put these two back. So pretty cool, right? But yeah, that's really all there is to Morse code in Minecraft, is literally just that. And using a setup like this, you could run the line really, really far and be able to send reliable Morse code messages. You could also take it a step further, like how I have over here. You could put lamps on the end just by simply attaching a lamp and putting redstone across the top of the observer. And then whenever you send your messages, you can actually see it light up down there. Which is pretty cool, because now you can actually see actual communication and messages being sent in real time. So we could also do it up here too, which is pretty cool. But yeah, as far as tips for actually using this system, I find it best, press your face into the lamp and then look straight down. And then holding down right click sends like multiple dits at a time, and if you want DAWs, take a pause. So for dits, holding down right click. And then for DAWs, I would just right click singularly. So for SOS, I'm holding down right click and then I'm manually pressing my right click 3 times, and then I hold down right click again. It takes a little getting used to, but eventually you'll get it. And you see how sometimes it lags, and that is why we have this note block set up. Or as you can see on this one, the newer sender down there. Because, like I said, sometimes whenever the game lags, it doesn't always send correctly on this block, which is why we have this back one, because that's the actual sound that's going to be sent out. But yeah. Hang on. There we go. Like I said, it takes a little getting used to, but you can reliably send on it. You could also just send slowly too, I suppose. Like that. If it's just not running up to speed on your server. Yep. So there you go. That is Morse code in Minecraft. I hope this gives some people some ideas of things they can do in their world. I think it's pretty cool. You could be on a multiplayer server and not want to use chat, or if you're not using the Discord chat, you could send in your actual Minecraft server through massive communication lines. And honestly, it's aesthetically pleasing to look at, I think anyway, if you wanted to run actual, like, you know, lines in your Minecraft world, and it would actually serve a purpose and a function. So anyway, with that, y'all have a good day.